Hello everyone, it's Don once again with another look at the construction happening in and around the villages. This first shot is of the new Starbucks being built behind the Circle K on County Route 466A. Next up is the Wilds at Trailwinds Village. This is 400 units of apartments. This is not a villages development, but it is bordering the villages. Right behind it is the villages of Tamarind Grove and St. James. In the distance is the Beaumont development. This is the backside of the Lowe's on County Route 466A, and right next to it is the Publix on County Route 466A that just opened. That's the village of St. James. If Miller and Search have their way about it, this development will have to shell up another $850,000 in additional fees to the county. This is the Beaumont development, just north of County Route 466 and north of the Pinellas Shopping Center. These are townhouses that are being built. You can see they've put in their pool already. This also is not a villages development, but it is right up next to the villages. That's the village of Tamarind Grove to the north. These are all single-family homes being built in this section, and this is their recreation center that they've also built. Off in the distance is the Wilds at Trailwinds. This is the new full-service car wash being built directly across from Pinellas Plaza. Let's zip on over to the 7-Eleven. And across the street from Walgreens, they're building a 7-Eleven's, and it too has a car wash. This is just a self-service one, not the full service like the other. This is the new Citizens First Bank just north of Shooter's World on Powell Road. You know what? Who really cares? We won't come back to this one again. Across the street, you can see people were lined up for shots for the COVID-19 vaccine. Here we have the Lofts at Brownwood. The final phases of the loft are completed and all the apartments are now renting. They're really gorgeous apartments. If you haven't taken the time to go look at them, it's definitely worth a look. This is the new Street of Dreams Design Center being built in Brownwood, where you'll go to pick out all the furnishings and lay out your home when you decide to buy a new home here in the villages. This area is designated as a courtyard. My guess is you'll go to pick out the plants you want in your yard here. This is the location of the Lofts at Richmond. That's the emergency center just to the north above the pond. And right beyond that is Brownwood. The current information on the Lofts at Richmond show it to be another 200 apartment units being built. In this area will be more residential units. I haven't found any information yet on these areas. At the top edge of the screen you can see the Turnpike. There's a lot of wetlands areas being preserved in this part of the villages. I'll take a spin around here so you can see some of the work that's going on. At the top of the screen is Lake Okahumpka. As I was filming this, I could smell these flowers, and I thought to myself, wow, it's already spring here in Florida. Then I remembered, it's still the middle of January. Most of the country is freezing. Sorry folks, if you're up north, you gotta love it here in Florida though. That's Lake Okahumpka. At the top of the screen is Wildwood Country Resort. Buena Vista Boulevard is scheduled to be routed along the right side of it and down to this traffic circle. The cleared area next to Wildwood Country Resort and to the right of what will be Buena Vista Boulevard is scheduled to be commercial property. Once again, you can see the large amount of wetlands being preserved here. This is looking south towards the Water Lily Bridge. And let's go in and take another look at those flowers. The weather this past weekend was truly gorgeous. This is the location of a new restaurant and recreation center that's scheduled to be built along Lake Okahumpka. I'm assuming it's going to be something like the Fenney Grill and that recreation center. Here's a quick look at the plans for this new recreation facility. Basically, to the south of the traffic circle will be the rec center and the restaurant, and to the north you'll see a series of walking paths. I did a quick measurement, and the walking paths appear to be about 1/3 of a mile from the traffic circle going all the way to their north end. Let's take a look at something that everybody's interested in, the Water Lily Bridge. This is the north side ramp coming up for the Water Lily Bridge. Work on this ramp appears to be going much faster than it did on the other two bridges. There's been no official word yet on when the Water Lily Bridge is going to be opening, but the Ides of March seems a doable date. We'll take a quick look around at Lake Okahumpka, and then we'll zip on up to Okahumpka Run and take a look at the area up there again. Once again, this is the area of the Okahumpka Recreation Facility. This will be residential areas. And once again, the extensive wetlands that are being maintained in this area. Off in the distance, you can see more residential area. And right about here, directly across from the village of DeLuna, is where they're planning another golfing facility that goes up to about the bridge area. This is another look at the ramp on the north side of the Water Lily Bridge. I don't know what's going in this big area, but it should be interesting to see what they come up with. Coming up is a huge wetlands area that's associated with Lake Okahumpka, and its outflow that feeds the Hogeye Sink on the south side of the Turnpike. The Hogeye Sink is part of the Hogeye Preserve area. This whole dark green area is a marshy wetlands area from Lake Okahumpka. As I turn the drone back around, you'll see the reflection of the sun off the water in this wetlands area. That's the Hogeye Preserve and the village of Marsh Bend on the south side of the Turnpike. Moving south to where Meggison and Warm Springs Avenue meet, this is the interchange at the Turnpike. This area is scheduled to be all commercial. And on the north side of this pond is supposed to be a new church. I've recently started a new series of YouTube videos called 10QV. 10 questions about the Villages. Each episode, I'll interview prominent people here in the Villages and ask them 10 questions, maybe a few more, about issues and topics here in the Villages. My first guest in the first episode is Mr. Richard Bear, the District Manager for the Villages. We talk about several different topics that are of interest to the Villages. Please look for this and other future episodes on my YouTube channel. The area on the south side of Warm Springs Avenue, on both sides of Meggison Road, is scheduled to be commercial. In this area, you can see quite a bit of preparation has been made, so it'll be interesting to see what's coming. This area is scheduled to be more residential. I'm assuming it's going to be courtyard villas and veranda homes, as both are very popular these days. This is Bexley Trail heading south from the Azeel Recreation Center. You can see the Bexley Bridge still in place. Soon there will be 2 new spans going in for the Southern Oaks bridges. You can see the multimodal path being built next to Bexley Trail. We'll take a quick look at the Laurel Oaks 9 of the Southern Oaks Golf Course. And that's the village of Citrus Grove being built. Up ahead is the Sawgrass Grove recreation area. The new sports pool that's being built. Off in the distance is the St. Catherine Neighborhood Recreation Area. This will be the Azeel Regional Recreation Center. Extensive interior work is already in progress. To the left of the Azeel Recreation Center will be another putt-and-play course and an extensive area of walking trails. Coming up is the commercial area in the Sawgrass Grove development. There's going to be a restaurant, another building with shops, and an entertainment area that looks, according to the plans, to be about 2/3 of the size of a typical town square. I'll gain a little altitude now. We'll take a look around. That's Citrus Grove up ahead. And as we rotate around, you'll see the Laurel Oak 9 and then the Live Oak 9 of the Southern Oaks Golf Course. Caisson Hammock will be in this area here to the left of Meggison Road. And we'll get another look at the Citrus Grove project. Before we move on from this area, I have a question for you. What's wrong with this picture? Take a close look. You got it. There's golf carts beyond the road closed sign. Please, folks, stay out of this area. It's dangerous. Don't go back there. Here's another shot. Again, don't go past the road closed signs. They're there for your safety. This is the south end of Corbin Trail and the south end of Monarch Grove. Recently released documents show early work plans, with obviously the goal being to get the road opened up to go over the Southern Oaks bridges. There's what appears to be an executive course and a pitch and putt course planned for along the Turnpike. Directly south of these homes in Monarch Grove appears to be more residential area going in. This is the south side of the Water Lily Bridge. You can see the ramps are rapidly under construction, and the span that goes over the natural gas pipeline is quickly being built. Here's another quick look at the north side ramp. This is the north end of Marsh Bend Trail, and for lack of a better name, DeLuna North, and possibly 2 other villages that are being built. The red dirt that you see here is actually clay. It's native clay that's been stockpiled in the stockpile yard that you see at the north end. They lay it out to control the drainage of the soil. I'm working on another video that details the construction process here in the villages. Look for it in the near future. This is heading south once again towards Marsh Bend Trail. This is the village of Hammock at Fenney. It's just to the west of the Red Fox and Gray Fox golf courses. This is Gray Fox here. And Red Fox. I'll head north now towards Warm Springs Avenue. Most of the deep utilities now appear to be in this area, and the shallow ones are being installed in this area up ahead. After that'll come the roads, and then shortly thereafter the houses. On the north side of Warm Springs Avenue, it looks like they've started construction on a retail area. As I recall, this is supposed to be a gas station of some sort. That wraps it up for this construction video. Watch for the next episode of 10QV, my new video series where I ask 10 questions of prominent individuals and we get straight and direct and truthful answers to many of the questions you have and about issues going on here in the villages. I'm Don Wiley, and thanks again for watching.